Welcome to Ekascloud. This is Jerrish. In this video, you will see a brief introduction to IAM, creating IAM user, and also enabling multi-factor authentication for a user. We connect to AWS Cloud via the AWS Management Console. AWS Command Line Interface and AWS Software Development Kit. Once the AWS account is created, we get the root user's email ID and the password, which can be used to log into AWS Cloud via the AWS Management Console. I am going to log into my AWS account via AWS Management Console. I use the root user's credential. IAM is a service which is identity and access management, which is under security, identity and compliance, which does the authentication and authorization for our account. Authentication is a process of prompting for the credentials. Once a user is logged in, he will be authorized to access different AWS services based on his permission. I have logged in as root user who has ultimate access to all AWS services. If you are in an environment where you have lots of users who will be connecting to the AWS cloud via the AWS Management Console or other methods, you need to create user accounts for them with the help of IAM service. I am going to create two users with the name developer 1 and developer 2 in my AWS account. For a newly created account, you have to log in as root user to create other user accounts. Now to create user, go to IAM Management Console. In Users section, you will have the option to add users. I am creating a user called developer 1 and developer 2. I'll choose the access type as AWS Management Console access as well as programmatic access, which means these users, developer 1 and developer 2, can use AWS Management Console and AWS Command Line Interface SDKs. I'll set a password myself. I'll uncheck Required Password Reset. Click on Next. We can add users to the group. We can copy permissions from any existing users, or we can attach policies to this newly created users. But at this point, I'll skip this. I'll go to Next. I'll again go Next. which means these users, developer 1 and developer 2, are going to get created without any permissions. Now if this developer 1 user need to log into my AWS account, he should have my 12-digit account number, username and the password. Just to simulate, I'll log out from my root account and I'll try login as the Iam user which I have created. Click on Iam user. Have to use the 12-digit account number. Then the username and the password. You can see the username and the account number. This user will not have any permission to access any AWS services because I have not set with any permissions. Just for example, if you try accessing S3, it says you don't have permission to list the buckets. Or if you try going to EC2, it will say API error. We will see managing permissions for users in a separate section. Now we will see how to enable multi-factor authentication for root account. Have to log in as root user. As of now, we are using only root user's email ID and the password to log into AWS Cloud. In order to make it more secure, we can enable multi-factor. It means authentication by additional methods. I am going to use my mobile phone with an application to authenticate. I have already Google Authenticator installed in my smart device. I am going to use that as the second method of authentication. Now to enable MFA, click the drop down near to the name of the root user. Click on My Security Credentials. Click on Multi-Factor Authentication and activate MFA. Since I am using a mobile application, you have to choose Virtual MFA device. I'll click on Continue. This will provide me with the QR code. I have to scan through my mobile application. Which will provide me with codes. Then I will click on Assign MFA. We have successfully assigned MFA for root user. Now again, I'll log out and again I'll try login as root user. Once after entering the root user's email ID and password, it will additionally ask for the MFA code, which I have to use my Google Authenticator to get. Now to disable MFA, again go to my security credentials. Click on manage. Remove MFA.